Okay, RanGirl wants to commentate while he plays. I think we can do that if we get him into a Skype conversation. Can you have 2 Skype conversations at the same time?
I don't think you can. Can you, actually?
Let me see.
We can always commentate on RanGirl's... I don't know. We could just watch RanGirl play. And not watch Anonymous at all.
Well, I mean, if you mute your microphone and I mute my microphone, I can talk via the cast, but just not to RanGirl.
That is true.
Or, do you have RanGirl on Skype?
I do. I don't.
Okay. I will add him then. Okay. Okay, so, Cyphers, do you just want to mute your microphone and I can do the same, and then I'll just commentate via the cast?
Yeah, I'll just watch them.
Okay, so we're just going to mute our microphones to you while we cast, and then you can talk, and then I'll just let you talk, and then when you're not talking, I'll talk, okay?
Okay. You can, like, ask questions and shit, too. Like, I'll basically clown on this guy, and then you can do whatever, and hopefully we can school some peeps.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That sounds like fun.
Alright, let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to mute my microphone, and I'll ask you if you can hear me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like...
Definitely can't hear you.
You're gonna mute your microphone. Okay. Ask me if I can't hear you.
Okay, yeah, okay. So it sounds like you guys could not hear me. We're going to start this game. It's again going to be Protoss versus Terran. Are you going to keep as Protoss?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna play Protoss this game.
Okay, sounds good. So we're going to start this game then. Going to mute my microphone to you guys. But yeah, Josh, feel free to talk, and then we'll just you know, I'll talk when you're not talking. It will be interesting.
Should I mute my mic as well?
You could do that, or you could just not talk about the details of the game.
Alright, I'm good at that.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright.
So right now we do have Anonymous playing in a Protoss versus Terran against RanGirl. I swap around the Protoss and Terran. RanGirl is going to be...
so I just played that guy last game, and he did some dumb, like, one-base Banshee build, so he's probably just going to cheese me, so... Basically, when you know somebody's going to cheese you, you're just going to get, like, a lot of gateway units. You always want to go Zealot first, before Stalker, after your core, and you always want to get... You don't need to rush Observer, but you need to get a reasonably timed Observer so that you don't die to Banshees. Probably a good idea would be to scout after Pylon and just see what the fuck he's doing, and then, you know, hopefully if we get a good idea what he's doing, we can do something stupid and embarrass him, like Mothership or build cannons on his high ground or something. Sounds pretty good.
So right now we are listening to RanGirl talk about his match versus Anonymous, who is the Terran player right over here.
Position-wise on this map, it's not like too big of a deal either way for PvT. I think a Terran probably would prefer close air distance to a Protoss. Close ground distance, it depends a lot on how you play. Because I'm probably just going to be a huge faggot and make a billion gateway units and kill them, this probably favors me, but with like a more macro-oriented Protoss, you probably wouldn't like positions like these. But considering he's probably going to attack and not just make a bunch of gateway units, this is probably pretty good for me. Because if I see him do any stupid shit, I can just, like, kill him. He decided to wall off. I don't know how I feel about walling off. I don't really like to do it versus Protoss, especially on 4-player maps. See how, like, his barracks is really far away from his CC. So, he has to pull, like, a bunch of SCVs all the way. And this hurts his economy a lot more than it hurts mine, sending that early probe out. I can just, like, run his SCV away.
Okay, so right now we see...
most importantly, when you're playing ladder faggots, you want to watch their gas. And, like, this guy isn't taking a gas. His gas is really, really late. So either he's terrible or he is going to have a barracks somewhere. I'm guessing he's going to have a barracks somewhere, but actually what he did is he built his second supply depot before his gas and his orbital, which is pretty fishy, but...
You know, I'm thinking that because
I would like to get my probe out and scout around for hidden barracks, because I think he's going to do something stupid, but my probe is like kind of locked in his base, so I'm just going to see what I can see. And then the last thing you want to see with your probe before it dies is what add-on he's getting on his barracks. If he's only building Marines, he's probably going to tech. And then if he's getting an add-on, he's probably going to go bio. So he's only building Marines, and his gas is really late. I have no idea what he's going to do, but whatever. I don't really care. Some Protoss.
So last game we saw RanGirl actually cheese Anonymous with proxy gateway. So that's why I think that Anonymous is getting the full wall off really quickly. Anonymous is not known for his cheese.
And you can use the first Zealot to block your ramp, but I'm just going to run it around my base because I don't really care if he sees what I have. I just want to make sure there's no like fucking factory or whatever building in my base.
Anonymous is known to...
And then right now I'm just chrono boosting out gateway units and my warp gates. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to time out the 2 gateways that I put down so that when warp gate finishes, the two other gateways finish. And then I'll probably add a robo after that.
Looks like Anonymous is also scouting for any sort of...
So he didn't build a tech lab, so his infantry is going to be shit. So basically, if a Terran goes for tech lab, a Protoss can't really get map dominance here. But because he didn't get tech lab, I can move out and take the watchtower. Like, he's just going to lose this Marine.
So it looks like Anonymous
and then right now, while my gateways are building and I'm not quite spending all the money that I have, I'm going to throw down my robo. I don't plan on like getting Colossus or like an Immortal Bust or anything. I'm probably just going to get it for observers. And because Stalkers move at like 9 billion miles per hour, I can actually just walk right up to his ramp. And I can see if he decided to get an add-on or not. Maybe he was just bad or whatever. Okay, so he actually has a Reaper and a bunker, so he's actually expanding, which is kind of surprising, I guess. But I do have 3 gateways, and I have a robo, so I'm probably just going to kill him if he tries to land that. The thing with Protoss units is they're ridiculously strong, and they take absolutely no effort to micro whatsoever. So if he steps out and takes his nat, I'm just going to kill him. I'm going to leave 1 Stalker back just to deal with the Reaper. I saw him. I don't know why he was building Reapers, but whatever. Reapers are pretty good on this map because there's a really wide cliff area, so you almost always get a scout in on the Protoss if you want to get it. And if I know I'm going to push early, I'm going to build a bunch of sentries right now so that when I'm ready to push, all of them have at least 2 force fields or a guardian shield.
That was interesting. That
and then after that, I'm just going to build units.
It's actually pretty interesting that RanGirl said that
keep supply blocking units... myself because I have no idea how to play Protoss, but I don't think it matters.
So it looks like Anonymous is actually going for a hidden expansion over here at the top left base. Also, RanGirl is massing up, a pretty gas-heavy army, actually.
He does have a bunker on the high ground, which I'm kind of worried about, but there's just enough space on this map so I can sneak in. I'm going to look to see what he's doing. He still hasn't expanded, which is kind of interesting. Kind of bad. He lifted his CC somewhere, and he's building a bunch of barracks. So he probably put his CC somewhere like the island. I don't know why, but... I'm just going to wait for the second Immortal and then kill him. Here's this dumb Reaper. I don't know why I made that. I mean, 1 Reaper is okay just to get a good idea what Protoss is doing. But the problem with Reapers is they take a really fucking long time to build. So I know because he went for that early Reaper in CC that he's not going to have very many units. And so I'm just going to like bust up his ramp. I'm going to run my probe to the bottom and see if... I mean, he might be doing like some retarded orbital build where he has like a bunch of orbitals in his main or something, but I don't really care.
And he did use that build.
You just want to control click your zealots, bring them to the front. And then you have terrible surface area when you're going up a Terran ramp, so the first thing you want to do is just bust the supply depot down, and then just get through.
Effective force field right over here by RanGirl. Looks like he's going to be able to take out.
I don't know why. He was trying to do way too many things. I saw he had an orbital, and he was trying to attack. He should have just been massing units. He saw that I didn't expo, so why he was getting metamax is kind of beyond me. He didn't have nearly enough Marines to survive. I'm not too sure what he's doing. You want to use your Immortals and your Stalkers to target like the main important structures of the Terran, and then you can just run Zealots on the middle line because they don't die to SCVs.
So it looks like that RanGirl is...
And I really have no idea what he did with that CC. I guess he just like floated it somewhere. But now basically the only chance he has is like to drop me and do a bunch of damage. So I'm just gonna stop warping units to his base. And he's lifting towards the island, so I guess he just went to the island, which is pretty stupid, but he's basically fucked.
Right now, Anonymous is trying to recoup his losses,
and when you're in this situation, after you kill the important sec buildings and whatever else is lifted off, you want to kill the supply depots, because usually the Terran is going to have random shit just like sitting around the map that's going to take up supply. And if you kill those supply depots, it stops them from making SCVs, which stops them from rebuilding its like buildings and tech and shit. And I'm gonna get a War Prism. I'm gonna start a Stargate in case we need to build a mothership. But hopefully we shouldn't need to. Didn't really have a plan. Sorry guys. I'm still wondering where that CC went.
Sorry.
Did he have a CC? I thought I saw a CC in his name. Oh, well, whatever. GG.
Okay, I just unmuted my microphone and I'm just talking right over here. And that was a pretty good game that we saw here between Anonymous and RanGirl. Anonymous didn't come in to the game, as he said, with a plan. I think he was actually more worried about you cheesing him than him cheesing you, so... I think that's why he went off for the wall-off at the start, and then he actually kept on scouting for like a proxy gateway, and I think he was trying to use that Reaper to actually scout instead of do actual damage.
Right.
Yeah, he actually expoed in the top left corner. Obviously, he lipped it off.
Yeah, that's what I guessed. I mean, it doesn't really make sense. It's not nearly as good to expo to the islands, because the whole point of getting another expo early on is the fact that you can transfer your SCVs and like increase your saturation. So when you lift, like when you sacrifice 400 minerals for CC that early to move it to an island, it just really isn't worth it. Especially against a Protoss who's just going to kill you when he sees the CC. You're better off just like putting it and trying to defend it where you are, because I mean if he attacks you, you have to defend the attack either way. Like when you do something like that, you basically have to rely on your opponent being stupid and not realizing that you expanded.
Okay, let's see what...
So it was Socialist playing RanGirl then? He said he wanted to play.
Sure, Josh, do you want to continue playing, or do you want to help us commentate?
Yeah, I'll keep playing.
Okay, so then next we'll see Socialist against RanGirl right over here, and if you want to continue commenting on your own play, that would be fine.
Yeah, it's good for the newer players there.
This guy seems pretty good. I'm kind of scared of him. I think I'm gonna play my main Terran race against this guy. I mean, he's in Silver League, but you can't be fooled by that. I think he might be a fearsome opponent.
Cyphers, do you have any more info about Socialist?
I have no idea who Socialist is, actually.
Okay. Well, this is going to be an interesting game.
If he's actually silver, it will probably be a pretty big game. I'll actually play next. Yeah, I have a feeling as well.